just went on an investigation. They said it been so many guys that actually went to prison and they're not getting really help for their mental illness. And several guys had committed suicide. Now that is a bad thing. You putting a lot of people in prison for long prison sentences, and they're mentally disturbed, mentally ill, and they're not getting the treatment that they deserve. So what we gonna do about that? First and foremost, we got to make sure we got stuff and policies in place for people that's on the street. A lot of time people not fully aware of the violent tendencies, the criminality, the amount of time they would be facing if they get caught up because they dealing with a mental illness. And then you got some of mental illness inside of the prison system that people are being unalive on a regular basis. You go like Bloody Beaumont, you go to USP Atlanta, it's a lot of prisons in there, man, that people are willing to go hard for what they believe in because they in there, they not get reprogrammed. They in there being institutionalized. All the federal government want them guys to do, and young ladies, all they want them to do is work these jobs in the prison industries. They not sitting there saying, hey man, we need to bring some educational program back here outside of a GED or a high school diploma. You got to give guys some incentive. Say, okay, you get your associate, we'll knock some time off. You get your bachelor's, we'll knock some time off. If you also get a master's degree, we'll knock some time off. Then to get guys more incentive to do the right thing. Or if you sit there and do a trade in there and complete that program, X amount of time, get knocked off on top of your good time that you're already earning. Because these guys on the streets and young ladies on the street, they don't know the time they're facing. They don't know the outcome. Because once the feds come and get you, it's gonna be ugly, it's gonna be deadly. Because your life is in their hands. You might be in there for the rest of your life. And I tell most people it's almost impossible to beat the feds at their game. You might think you're gonna beat them. You're gonna pray that you're gonna beat them. You're gonna do everything in your willpower to beat the federal government. And most likely it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And then we sit there and put ourselves in these situations thinking that these people really care about us, your friends and your family. They don't. Because when you get inside that belly of the beast, you might have 1 out of every 10 people that might interact with you and correspond with you, be in your company. None of your homies are going to be in your corner, except for maybe 1 or 2 out of maybe 100 guys that you know and you on a block putting in work with when you dealing in illegal substances or you gang banging. They're not going to be there. And you got to get this shit through your mind. Say, man, is this a facade? Yes, it's a facade. All that shit is fake about friendship, about love, about loyalty. Nobody loyal to nobody no more, man. They say that they care about you only when it's beneficial to them. When it's not beneficial, they don't care anymore. That's why we tell people 99% of the time, I mean like the high 90, like 99% of the time, I roll alone. I don't like to go to different functions. I don't like to be around a lot of different people. I don't like to meet new people when it's not conducive to my sanity, or I just stay away. I don't want none of your beef. I don't want none of your drama. Don't bring none of your narcissistic ways over here. Don't do that. I want you to keep over there and stay with your people. But I'm gonna sit there and try to reprogram you from a long distance, telling you, hey man, watch out what you do. Watch out what you say. Watch the people in the company you keep. That we got to do, man, with the young generation. Because we don't, man, this young generation going to be gone. But I also keep them at a distance because I don't want to get caught up in their drama. 2 days ago, it was 3 people got killed at a hard party in Chicago. Where's the outcry? You're outcrying about this damn election. We're talking about who going to win while we as black people ain't voting for Ms. Harris. Why we black people ain't sitting there putting people in power who going to stop this gang activity, who going to stop this drug activity, who going to stop these shooting and these murders. Come on now. We got to start thinking more than about for the moment. If 3 kids can get unalive, what else you think? Then if some kids just got shot in the school, 5 and 6 year olds. I figured that, Mike. Thank you, my brother. And you have a 5 or 6 year old. What about the outcry, the outrage about these damn guns, these weapons? They ain't gonna do it because it's beneficial to them, and also they're not gonna be in our communities. The big corporate people, they in gated communities. They got their own suburban police, and also the surrounding county police can also protect them. They also have um, paid security that will patrol their neighborhoods. We don't have all that. We don't have all that. And we got to start getting to the point where if you can get mad at me if I voted for Donald Trump, or you get mad at me if I voted for Kamala Harris, why you can't get mad for the individual that's sitting out shooting out their game banging, shooting out there stealing and robbing? Where's the outcry? Because a lot of these people is in your family. You won't cut little Tyrone off. You won't cut Bobby Johnson off. You won't cut promiscuous Sally off. You're gonna let them keep doing the shit that they doing because that's some of the shit you like to do. But as long as the person is voting the wrong way, you will hate them forever. But you ain't gonna hate a person or dislike a person when all these people out here getting alive. We got to start figuring this shit out, man, because time is at hand. The OGs are tired. I'm almost 60. I'll be 60 years old next year. It's at the point like, man, I don't want to give up. I don't want to fail this new generation. But this new generation, man, it being failed from the day they being born. They're born into a struggle. They're born into a bad demonic situation with bad spirits coming out the womb and from the nut that their father inflicted on their mind, because they haven't changed their mindset. So their DNA gonna come out demonic, angry, mad, upset. Cause when they having sex, that's what they thinking about. They think about anger. They thinking about getting over on somebody. They getting high. They think about capping somebody. That's the thing that your child got to go through from the bloodstream, and then when they come to the actual physical world, it even get worse, because from day of birth to 18 years old, all they do is see chaos. All they do is see poverty. All they do is see anger. All they do is see depression, sadness, stress. All they do is see violence. All they do is see drug usage. So what are we going to do to change this? It should be a cap on how many kids you can have. It be a cap, or do you got to take a test? Says you mentally able to have a child and to care for a child. We got to find some different solutions, man, to some of these damn problems that we have in our society. Our society getting weaker because they know the black man, the red man, the Latino man, Hispanic man, all we're going to do is be warned against each other. If you go out in LA, Latinos, Hispanics, and African Americans are out there beefing for nothing. Having the Latinos, they immigrants, and having the black people, they grew up in poverty. They fighting on some areas that ain't even theirs. That might one day get gentrified, and their ass got to get moved out somewhere and start their life back over. They fight for something that they had no control of, even in the prison system. When I was in the prison system, you had the DC car, New York car, Ohio car, the Michigan car. You had a Latino car, the ABs and the white boys car. But damn, you even had the Italian. They had their own little get together, little set, their own car. But why the fuck we can't get together as one? If you're gonna be in that prison system, why would you make it worse than what it is when you got to live there? Instead of having a peace treaty where we all get along, we all think on one accord, and we make the system do the thing we need. No, we shouldn't be working in the motherfucking job, keeping that mug afloat. What you need to do is tell them, hey man, we don't get no educational programs in here, no trade schools in here. Man, we're gonna shut these motherfuckers down. All they can do is start transferring people, but the system will break down. You can't transfer everybody. You can't put everybody in the holding still. You can't put everybody in the seg or the hole in separation. You can't do it. So they got to start coming together like that as a collective. They got to tell them we want better food. We want better medical provision. But no, they ain't there beefing against each other because they still have a dark, demonic mindset that they're afraid to change. Cause see, one thing about it, when I came home from prison, the struggle was real. I had to change my mindset to stay free. Hating someone for who they voted for is a waste of time. You need to be thinking above that. They bigger thing to be thinking about. Exactly. You would dislike a person for their vote, but you won't dislike the little motherfucker walking around with the guns in the pocket ready to unalive you or your family member or another person in your same community that you know about these people. I own a business. I own a barbershop. I hear the talk they come there. They praise, oh man, dude the shooter, dude the killer. What the fuck? So you gonna tell me it's okay to praise somebody like King Von? It's okay to praise somebody like Lil Dirt? These people should get praises? Lil Dirt, you sit there with trying to unalive somebody for your homie. You didn't get the person you want to unalive. So another person that had nothing to do with that situation, they unalive. Now, your dumb ass was making millions of dollars. You had fame. You was in a position to change all the King Bond children's life forever. You trying to slide for them. Now who gonna slide for your dumb butt? Lil Dirt, you sitting in jail looking like a damn fool, facing a life sentence because you trying to slide. And King Von kids out here gonna struggle with your kids gonna struggle. It might be another man gonna step up and be in them children's life, but they could have had a great uncle. They could have had a great family member. They could have had an image to look up to. All that gang shit, now y'all all in jail, going right away. Man, y'all got to be stuck on stupid. And then I see that people talking about I'm free. Said, no, don't free him. He was stupid. Let his ass sit there. Let his butt sit there for the next 30, 40 years. I'm going to have to get up out of here. I got to go to work, but I love all y'all, and I appreciate everybody came in. Peace out. Os.